What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your warder, the Michi Shrine, and today I'm going to be talking about why I don't like the Battle Gauntlet. So we've gotten, what, 4 of these now? I think Nappa's the 4th one. And yeah, I genuinely hate these goddamn things. Now, I know people are going to say, it's free 700 crystals. You should be happy about that, right? You should be happy. Free crystals. But I've made this point before. And that's, I would rather play an event that's fun and get no crystals for it at all than get 700 crystals from an event so unyieldingly boring, it makes me want to beat myself to death with a shoe because it would be more entertaining. Battle Gauntlet is just boring, and that's a main theme when it comes to PvE content, right? And all of it's boring. I'm not gonna sit here and try and tell you that the Battle Gauntlet is, any worse than anything else we've got. Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to tell you, because it's a 100 battle event, but 70 of the battles you can do this bullshit that you're watching on screen right now. You can just fucking skip it. You don't even have to play it. At least with normal events like that Kid Buu event that's out right now, at least I have to actively play. At least I have to actively engage with the game. I mean, yeah, I could put it in autoplay, but I will beat it faster than autoplay will, because this game's autoplay is intentionally bad so that it gives you a reason to actually play the game. And it's at the end of the day, the Battle Gauntlet, especially the first 70 battles, is just or the first 69 battles, is just a waste of fucking time. And then once you do get to battle 70 and the game forces you to actually play, it's just float up, attack, float up, attack, float up, attack, float up, attack. The CPU's too fucking stupid to combat that. And until you run out of ki, and actually, you don't have to ever run out of ki. Because if you use someone with a lowered arts card cost, like during the Bardock one, Kefla was actually my cheat code because she had lower arts card costs and blast armor. So I would just, do an extended charge after each card, and she would never run out of ki because I would always gain more ki than she used. And if the CPU did decide it wanted to do something, it was almost always a blast card, so I'd just go straight through it. Literally, there are units that act as legitimate cheat codes in PvE because the CPU's too fucking stupid to actually do anything. And I understand this game is a PvP-based game, but is it too much to ask for the developers to, put some effort into an AI? Like, just something? You've been reusing the same busted AI since day one, making minor tweaks to it whenever we discover a new exploit. Like, every single major time the game gets updated, so does the CPU, but it's only updated to no longer fall for whatever the biggest fucking exploit was for the last 6 months. And that's another thing. They take so long to fix that shit, as if it's hard. Like, I would legitimately want to know why it's so difficult for you to do that. It's not. Y'all get paid to do this shit. You just don't give a fuck because PvE is not important to you. It's PvP, which clearly you people don't fucking care about either because PvP is a goddamn mess. PvP is even more frustrating than PvE. I hate PvP even more somehow, and I actually get to engage in that shit. No, the fuck I don't. My Rising Rush gets to engage in the fucking battle. But yeah, it's just like, the Battle Gauntlet is 69 battles of skip without actually needing to use skip tickets. And then the last 30, or 31, whatever the fuck, is just float forward card or charge card. Nothing actually changes. The CPU doesn't get smarter. The CPU doesn't get better. The CPU, I don't even think, gets all that much stronger. The only difference between battle 70 and battle 100 is the amount of health Nappa has. That's it. I don't even think Nappa does all that much extra damage. I mean, I haven't gotten there yet. I can't be asked to do it all quickly. But, like, I'm pretty sure the only major noticeable difference, especially when you're using the boost units, is the fact that Nappa has more health. So it takes a few extra cards to kill him. That's it. That's not even artificial difficulty, because it actually doesn't make the stage any harder. Artificial difficulty is a lazy form of adding difficulty by giving an opponent more health and more damage to the point where it becomes unfair. That is what artificial difficulty is. But this, it's not even good enough to be considered artificial difficulty. It's still easy. The difficulty doesn't increase at all. Nappa is just as easy to beat on stage 1 as he is on stage 100. The only difference is how many cards you have to use to do it. He doesn't get smarter as you go along. He doesn't start gaining, different buffs or whatever as you go along. It's just fucking Nappa. Here, Nappa. 55 trillion health. Fucking good luck, asshole. It's like, yeah, I don't need your luck. I can do it. Your game is incredibly easy. Like, it genuinely makes me miss the days of wanting to pull my hair out from the Vegito Rising battle and Full Power Frieza 50 battle. Like, those were a dark time in Dragon Ball Legends, where events were just straight up unfair. Like, the Battle 100 of the Vegito Rising battle and Battle 50 of Full Power Frieza were just flat out unfair, even if you had the biggest boost units. Like, the biggest boost units at the time for Vegito, obviously it was Super Vegito, fucking LF, not a lot of people had him, and he could do damage to the Red Vegito, but the Red Vegito could also sneeze on Super Vegito and fucking kill him. That Super Vegito was only useful in doing rushes on the red one. You still had to have 2 other units on your team to take hits and build your rush. And then when it came to Frieza, the biggest boost unit was Namek Goku. Again, LF, not a lot of people had him. And even he just barely managed to beat Frieza. You had to take advantage of his blue cards. If you were not countering Frieza over and over again, you had to bring someone that held a blue card, because the stage was literally impossible unless Namek Goku was just telling Frieza how much of a fool he is about 45 times. Like, back then, it was straight up unfair, but at least I had a reason to play. 1, I got more fucking crystals for it. I got 1,000 crystals for those types of events. When was the last event that actually gave us a clean 1k CC? When was the last time we actually got an event that just handed us clean 1k for beating the event? None of these extra missions. No. You don't have to do all these extra missions. What was the last thing that, if you completed it, it gave you 100,000 crystals? Oh, the fucking day. The day Dragon Ball Legends shuts down might be the day they release an event that gives you 100,000 crystals. But just 1,000. We don't need an event that gives 100,000 crystals. That's a surefire way to lose money real fucking quick. Yeah, like, even the Battle Gauntlet, as fucking boring as it is, we don't even get fucking 1 crystal per stage, or 10 crystals per stage. Like, what? We can't even get 10 crystals per stage? You gotta just essentially not give us crystals for 30 of the stages? Like, why? What? Like, that lowers my incentive to even do the damn event. And then on top of that, it's so fucking boring. And I know why it's so goddamn boring. Because they don't want you to grind free-to-play crystals. They want you to pay for them. So by making PvE events so fucking boring and so just tedious and a waste of your time, you're gonna reach that point eventually. At some point, after a long time, you're gonna reach that point where you just go, fuck it, and just buy some crystals. You're gonna go, fuck this goddamn event. I want this whatever, insert shiny LF here. I'm just gonna buy crystals. Fuck this shit. And that's the point. They want to bore you to tears so that you just break and just pay for crystals. I understand why they make PvE the way they make it. I understand why PvE is as broken as it is. They want you to summon. They want you to get stars on units. The more unbalanced PvP is, the more stars you're gonna need on any unit for them to work at all in the meta. The more stars you need on a unit, the more money you have to spend. It is fucking business tactics. It's fucking business tactics. But it's such scummy business tactics. You're all a bunch of scumbags for doing this type of shit. Just invest in a nice, clean AI. Just add balance to your PvP environments. If people are happy, they will willingly give you money. You own the Dragon Ball IP. There are millions of people that will play this game for the simple fact that it is a Dragon Ball game. If you just keep people happy, they will give you their money. You do not have to force money out of people. Just make us happy and we will gladly hand our money over. People don't pay for this game because they want to support it. People pay for this game because they want to play it and are physically unable to without spending money. Or they gotta go through bullshit like this. Look at him. Just fucking explode on him and he dies. Boom. It's so irritating. It's so actually irritating. I hate this fucking battle gauntlet. It's so boring.